There we go. Right, I think I'll just focus on my legs today because it's all to do with feet. So, right, let's start with an ankle stretch. So, if you've got a calf stretcher, put it on the floor, and we're just going to use this to sort of roll our ankle one way and roll it the other. So if you don't have this, it's fine. You could just use a rolled up towel and just just let me get a towel. Sorry, I'm so unorganized. Okay. Yeah. Towels drop everywhere. So roll up a towel of some sort. You can kind of create the same shape and just stretch your ankle over it one way and the other way. So outside and inside, outside, and use your ankle. So focus all your attention on your ankle. Yeah, so let's just go gently outside and inside, outside and inside. If you've got the calf stretcher, you can get it to do it for you a bit. So, find the place where you can stretch your ankle one way and then stretch it inwards. Spread out your toes. So don't let your toes screw up. Find the full range of movement. When you come in, try not to let your knee come in so much with the leg. See if you can use your ankle more. So small moves. And spread your toes. And then let's go to the other side. So same thing. So push your ankle down, spread out your toes, stretch your ankle one way, and then it's quite slightly more hard on the towel, but we can still do what we need to do. I think maybe a thinner towel than this great thing. Yeah, so come inwards, come outwards. Try to focus on your ankle, moving the ankle joint. Do it on the palm stretcher. Out, in, out, in. What did I put at the top there? Oh, I forgot Jude. Oh, maybe Jude. Just let me keep an eye on the screen because Jude said she was coming, didn't she? And then we're going to do a top of the foot stretch. So just take your toes. Oh, take your toes back. Screw up your toes very lightly, and then draw the top of your foot down towards the floor. As if you're going to drag your foot along. Oh, I don't like that because of the carpet, but as if you're going to drag your foot forward through. That's the kind of tension that you want to create. Oh, so draw the top of the foot down. Try and spread out the toes once they're in that position. If you start to get cramp, it's because your leg's too far back. But, for some of us, we can take our leg back, and that's cool. And then think about, your knee being in line with your ankle and your foot, but then you could take your ankle out to the side and have an ankle stretch and a pinky stretch and still draw the top of your foot down towards the floor. So you could get it and then come on the outside. So you might want to take your leg out a bit and then do the big toe. So try to flare your toes out and then draw the top of the foot down towards the floor. And then pull, sort of urge your body forward so you can elongate the stretch on the top of your foot. And then just sort of do a bit of this. So spread your toes out and just so feet are so important. Like, the world doesn't realise generally how important it is to look after your feet. So let's go to the other side and make sure they're flexible. And that they, they're the start of every move that you make in your body. Except if you're picking your nose, I suppose. So yeah, really important to keep your feet flexible and your big toe switched on. So when you're walking, always think about, what's the joint of my big toe up to? Am I rolling out on my feet? Am I rolling that outwards? That's what a lot of us do. You can always check if you turn over an old pair of shoes, especially like trainers, see where the soles wear. You should really have an equal amount of wear across the ball of the foot, but most of us won't. So you can see which way you walk by the soles of your feet. Right, stop ranting. Go to the outside, push your ankle out. Have a lovely stretch. So push it out enough to feel a stretch, a bit of uncomfortableness in your ankle, and then come back. So you might want to kind of juggle your big toe out a bit, and then come on the inside. Same thing, pushing the top of the foot all the way down to the floor. Well, you won't get there. Oh, so it's really uncomfortable. And when you're finished, your foot's like really stuck. So move your toes, spread your toes out, and just get the toes working again. Might want to lean forward and bring a bit more movement into it. Point and stretch with ankle block. So then you need to grab a block, and we're going to sit on the floor and do our ankle sort of rotation exercise that we've done quite a lot before. So you need to sort of find something to put your foot on, or you could lean it over the sofa, like just improvise. It just needs to be, your calf needs to be supported. And come to the floor. Just check you're all with me. So for some of us, you could use a block, use a bolster, use your calf stretcher. And then all we're going to do is pull your toes as much as you can towards you on their own. You might want to use your strap as well if you wanted to. So you're pushing your ankle away from you and your toes towards you. And then see if you can flare your toes out. And then point the other way. So really point your foot. Point it straight. And then take it to the left with a point. And then take it to the right with a point. So that's quite hard to do, isn't it? So keep everything still, and you're going that way. It's not looking as if you are though. And then come this way with a point. So don't let your point come up. See if you can keep it. If you can keep it pointed, then just stretch from the ankle. And then when you go to this way, outwards, externally. It's really hard, isn't it? But then you come back and hit them. Oh, and do a big circle with your toes. So use your toes, spread them out. Do some circles. Oh, whilst we're here, let's just bring your leg in towards you and just part the toes. So pull them apart. Ooh, check out all the dirt in between your toes. What on earth is that stuck down there? And then part the toes, pull them away. Maybe push into the joints with your thumbs so they're like they're bending away from you. My second toe is really a funny shape. It doesn't really bend that well. And then part the big toe, that big toe is really important. And then see if you can sort of bend it, bend the top bit over and pull it outwards and bend it back and forth. Very important to be able to move that joint. Okay, let's swap sides and try and remember what I said the first time because I'm going a bit off my plan. What did I say? Point. Ooh, it's quite sore for me with my toe that I hurt. The point. And then see if you can come inwards, internally, and then externally, keeping your knees still. To keep the point on, stretching those feet. In and out, in and then flex your, oh, that's the first thing you do, wasn't it? Flex your toes right back towards you. And if you wanted to, you could get your strap and strap it on. Strap up your foot and pull it towards you and push your heel away. A nice calf stretch, but in a different way. And point again. And swatch. And maybe go to internally and externally. So you can see where your weakness is. And then come and do your toes. So pull your big toe apart. If you wanted to, you could run your finger on doing that because this toe goes inwards a lot since I've damaged it. So pull your toes apart, pull your toes apart, press the joints with your thumbs. Get it all moving. We sit with these toes and they don't move much. Be good for your feet if you're going to go and ski tonight, okay? And then what else did you do? And then, oh yeah, just draw a circle with your toes, and then we'll go back to the other side. So imagine that there's a pencil strapped on your big toe. How big can you draw that circle? Oh, yes, that's nice. And then go back to the other leg, and we're going to do the same, but now we drew a big circle with our toes. Now I want you to close your eyes and draw a big circle with your ankle, with the ankle joint. So all your attention is on this ankle joint. Don't engage the toes. It's hard not to bring them with them, of course. So draw as big a circle as you can with your ankle. Oh, I'll tell you who's not here today, Andy. And then draw a big circle with the other. Then close your eyes, don't use your toes, and just let you feel how far can you move your ankle. Go really slow. Yeah, go slow, and then you can actually move your ankle in a circle. So you're kind of drawing any kind of circle with it. All right, whilst we're here, let's have a little hip stretch. So however you can cross your legs, or if you need to elevate your booty off the floor a bit, just have a little, so flex your feet. So when we cross our legs, always try to flex your feet, because when you point them like this, you're kind of not stretching your hips as much. So wherever is comfortable for you, whether your legs are out front, it doesn't really matter. And keep your feet flexed. And then let's just fold forward. So your front foot, your pubic bone, draw it down towards the floor. And you might want to, because we're doing this right, you might want to have a little stretch, do whatever you feel you need to do. You might want to do a little side stretch. Oh, it's up to you. Or you might want to just sit there with your head down and stretch all the back of your spine. So you take whatever you need to do, or you might want to twist. Don't forget your head. Stack it on the top. You might want to do a bit of everything. And then swap legs. For me, I'm just going to roll forward. And roll, if you want to roll foot forward, do that. And tuck your chin right the way under. Breathe. Haven't read all my breathing book yet. I'm just on the first chapter, the foot forward, which says, the lady who wrote the book has had asthma for the whole of her life. And she said she's fixed it, not fixed it entirely, but she's much able to cope with it because she's learned so much about breath. I'm hoping the new book will be just as good for me learning stuff. Right, we're going to stand up now. So take the opportunity to stand up in a way that you wouldn't. So as you naturally go to get up, I'll probably go like this. I'm going to go the other way instead, just to make it harder to get up. And however you want to get up, challenge yourself to get up off the floor, because being able to get off the floor is a really great indicator of longevity. Right, so now we're going to do this. So imagine on the floor a fan on the floor, and you're going to take your foot out to the side. Watch your knee, so keep your knee over your toes, and then we're going to stretch the ankle. So you know how far you can go. So stretch, take the ankle over the toes. I'm going to bring it in. So if we chop, if we chop up this circle into 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go all the way around. So take your ankle over. So get to the point where your heel has to stay on the floor and your knee goes over. You can hold on to something and then change the angle slightly. Always knee over toe. Supported if you need be. So you should be able to stretch, feel the back of the calves, and then change the angle. Take your knee. But when you take your knee, I don't want you to think about your knee. I want you to feel your heel driving down into the floor, so that the stretch is within your ankle and not within your knee. Can you see what? Find it. So keep your heel pressed into the floor. Press, 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 press as you come forward. And then get to the point where maybe your knee has a little twinge, and then take your weight back onto the heel. So we want to be stretching the little intricate bits of the heel of the foot, not buggering up the knee. So keep your weight, find the heel all the time. Heel, 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 and find a stretch in that ankle. And then I'm going to take the knee, the foot over, and do the same. So heel down, but knee, my knee hurts when I get to there. So what I'm going to do is bring my weight back a bit and then stretch my heel out. So I'm thinking weight on the heel. So I keep having to come back to put my weight on my heel. Ooh. So you find the stretch, but heel needs to be constantly pressing into the floor. And then see if you can like really go for it and twist yourself around. So I'm doing this because when we fall over, it's always a funny angle that causes us to knacker our ankle or something. But if you've already moved in that way in the past, like in an awkward angle like this, then you're a bit more resistant to hurting yourself. That's the theory. Right, put your leg out the other, so swap legs. Well, Rebecca said she was bringing me up a cup of tea about half an hour ago. So weight back up on the heel, so pushing into the heel of the foot here. Gently place the toes on the floor, and then I'm going over with my knee, but I'm bringing my weight back onto the heel. Oh, heel. But don't let your weight creep onto your toes. And then change the angle, so come round. Some of these will be easier than the others. So don't forget as well to drive your knee gently outwards. Let your toes be relaxed off the floor. Push your heel into the floor. Just a bit of strength. Heel, heel, heel. And then, you go wherever, when you've had enough of that angle, go on to the next one. Stretch the heel, but also push into it, push against the floor. Really strengthen. Of course, if you wanted to, you could hold something as well, hold a bit of weight. Push into the heel. And then go inwards now. Push into the heel. So bring your weight back. No weight on the toes. Heel, heel, heel. Once you get that firm grounding, then you can take your knee forward. Watch your knee. Go to the range that is comfortable and doesn't involve any pain for you. It might not be far, but just have a go. Right, what's next? Hold ball. Oh yeah, we need a ball next. Right, just come up, have a little wiggle around, and then have a fold forward. So you might want to hold on to something. Just straight legs, straight feet. Just fold your body forward, way back. Straight legs. Oh, very nice. Maybe spin round to one side. Spin round to the other one. Hang and have a little move. Okay, let's have a look what we'll do next. Right, I want you to think that you've got a drawing pin on, so feet straight now. I'll do it from the sides. You can see. Imagine somebody's put a drawing pin on the floor, and you're going to touch it with the top of with the arch of your foot, and then you're going to pull it away, pull it up and away. So down towards the floor. So imagine you're going to prick yourself on the top of the drawing pin with the arch of your foot somewhere. So you're going to go towards the top of the drawing pin, and then you're going to pull your arch away. So it's going to if this is the arch of your foot, you're going to push down towards the floor and then bring it up. But when you bring it up, sort of arch it even more. Try not to screw your toes in. So just, this is really hard when we're not all together, but just imagine drawing up the arch of the foot and letting it widen and go towards the floor and then drawing it up. But don't let your toes do the work. You want to let the muscle, the plantar muscle, be switched on. So it's lengthening and then you're drawing it up. Lengthening. And if you're only doing it in your head, that's fine. So imagine that you're reaching towards the floor and then screwing the arch away, but trying to keep your toes out of it. And let's go to the other side. So again, lengthening the plantar, the arch of the foot, and then drawing it up. Lengthening the foot out and then drawing it up off the floor. Imagine you're going to tread on something sharp. Lengthening it and then drawing it up. You can hardly see what I'm doing, but lengthening the arch and then drawing it up. Look at my big toe. Since I damaged that toe, it does anything. I can't get it to come down. It's wild. And then bring it up. Right, that'll do. Let's just get the ball and roll our feet. So you could use something. If you don't have a ball, you could use like a hand weight. Just anything to kind of release off your foot. Oh. So yeah, if you've got a ball, great. If you don't have a ball, use something else. This is just a rolling pin is great on your foot, or a weight. Just release, release, release. So even though we feel like we're not really doing much today, we are doing lots for our feet, and it will have a huge impact on the rest. What happens after your feet? So let's oh yeah, so grab your ball as well. We're just going to put it between the heels of our feet. So whatever size ball that you have, obviously a bigger one than this would be good. So we're just going to squeeze our heels in together and see if you can lift them off the floor. So you might need something to hold on to. I'm going to hold on to the roof. So squeeze the ball. So even if you don't have a ball, you could use a weight. Oops, what? I'll put it that way. Squeeze away. So squeezing your ankles in together and then lifting up. Squeezing and lifting. So push your feet together. It's pretty painful on the sides of your feet, isn't it? You don't normally have anything rubbing on the sides or pushed into the side. Ooh, squeezing the ball up. See if you can hold it there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, that'll do. Right, just going to do a calf stretch now. So if you've got a calf stretcher, use a calf stretcher. If not, a towel or the weight or something. Just going to stretch all the calves. I had a big walk yesterday. So yeah, straight leg. Relax the toes, foot straight. See if you can rotate your thigh gently outwards. Keep that contact with the big toe. And then bend. We'll just do a quick bend over there. Bend the knee over the toes. Heel stays firmly on the ground. And then straighten up the leg and let's just fold forward. So you have to push your bum back to have a nice fold, and you should feel a really nice stretch down the back of your leg. Ooh, So then once you're down here, try not to have your weight forward over your toes. Bring your bottom back. Straight legs. Relax the knees if you can. So if you need to learn to relax them, the best thing to do is to grip them up. Grip them on and then relax them. And then think about your tailbone, the base of your spine. Think about drawing it back up towards your waist. You might want to do a little bend, stretch, bend, it's up to you. Back in the legs. And then come gently back up and go to the other side. So same thing. Ooh. Straight leg, knee hip aligned at the front, knee hip aligned at the side. And then ball of the foot on is elevated, heel on the floor. I got a friend of mine who's transitioning to barefoot shoes. We were talking about this yesterday. This is the stretch to do when you're trying to wear more grounded, flat shoes. Because your calves have been tight for a long time if you've been wearing shoes that are elevating. And then what did I say? Knee over toes. Have a little push forward. Oh, this is the hardest stretch I find. And then leg straight and then fold. So push your bum back, 2 straight legs. Ooh. Fold forward and then maybe slide from side to side. So do what you feel like you want to do. Relax your toes, relax your knees. Drop your head, drop your hands. And roll back up. Right, I'm going to save some of those extra leg things and we're going to go back to shoulders. I'm just going to bring the screen up. So grab your block or a book. I'm going to use a book today because I've got no blocks up here. Right, so we're just going to grab the block and we're going to build on from last week. We're going to bring the book in and through our arm and round. So use your upper body as much as you need to find the movement. I'll do it this way to begin with, so you can follow me this way, or you can go internally round and back. So use your chest as much as you need to move your arm, just to warm up your shoulder a bit. And then what you want to try and do is take the ribs out of it then and use all your arm and your shoulder to get the book round. Oh, I think I chose quite a big book there. Let me cheat and find a smaller book. Yeah, so then try and keep your ribs as still as you can. Doesn't matter if you hold onto it a bit. Round. So focus your attention on your shoulder. So we worked on the shoulder last week. We're just using a bit of that movement again. So you can go in, round, and then up. I'll come down, isn't it? Up and round, in. I'm holding on to it a bit. Up and round. So think of a circle, and then you're coming across, or whatever you can make, whatever shape. And then maybe go the other way. So outwards behind you. Spin your wrist round, clockwise, and then see if you can go. I'm cheating a bit, I'm holding on to the, but when you get to a bit where you feel like you're going to grip, like then, that's the bit where you want to work on the shoulder. Yeah, if you feel like you're going to grip, stop, and then think, right, what do I need to do? I need to move my shoulder forward to hold it, and then bring it round. Oh, so shall we go to the other side? So, bring it round. So you use your ribs to begin with. As much as you want, use your upper body. Forward. Just get the movement. So let me describe it. So clockwise through your arm. You're still going clockwise. Your palms flat here. And then, because you can't really go anywhere, the only place to go really is forward and up in front of you. As you get above your head, do another clockwise with your wrist and come down. So through your arm. Get to the position where your palm is flat if you can. If you can't, use your shoulder. Use your shoulder to twist your arm out. But whatever you can do, if you need to hold onto the block, just figure out what you can do. So this side for me is harder. I don't know why. I've got something going on in my shoulder here, but it's really nice to move it. And so that's internally, and then out, so away from you, as if you're going to pass something to someone. Take your arm up, do it, and spin your wrist anti-clockwise. Bring it round. Whoa, lost it. So that's where my sort of my restriction is there. So there, I want to use my shoulder. Come on, couple more. Call that one a day. Oh. We'll need a strap next, or something that you can pull on. I'm going to use this pole thing. Right, let's just roll our shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Let your elbows flop, so you're not using your elbows, and then roll your shoulders forward. Let's do a few. If Kay's going skiing today, let's do a few ski arms. So think about, I've got my eyes closed. So think about rotating your elbows out, tucking them in, and using your shoulders to move your arms back and forward, back. So palms are facing each other, back and forward. So when you go back, don't ramp up your ribs. Use your shoulder joint and maybe hold them there and maybe squeeze them together. How far? And then, oh, don't do what I'm doing with my neck. Jutting it out. Keep your head on your shoulders. Keep it driving back. Maybe go out and then squeeze your shoulders. See if you can touch your fingertips. Out to the side. Squeeze your shoulders together. Out to the side. Bit of work behind us. Any little bits of movement behind us that we can do day to day is good. Right, what else was on? Yeah, so the next move is grab your strap. This is my strap, or a cable or something. And then, so it's springy, isn't it? Palms up, elbows tucked, and you're just pulling outwards, pulling away. So moving like that. I'm not doing anything because I'm holding this pole, but I'm still doing the pulling away. So whatever you can grab, pair of socks or something, pull away, shoulders down, ribs down. So imagine you've got a pencil here, needs to point vertically down, not away from you. And then pull the sock apart. It's find anything day today. I was so late last night taking Ben back there, just in a bit of a rush. So pull apart. Oh, I can still feel it though, even though I'm using a sock. Pull apart. Maybe while we're here, let's go back to this one, and palms facing each other, and pull apart as well. Pull apart. Go to your shoulders. What's going on in your shoulders? Nice. Maybe have a little swing side to side, ribs down. Right. Oh, yes, we want to do this. I'm coming back down to it. So grab something else like a weight. A weight would be ideal. Hold it in front of you, but it doesn't matter what you've got. And then we're just going to take it around our head like this. So very slowly, as slowly as you can do it. So then go to your ribs. What are you doing? Are you moving your ribs up to go behind? If you are, you don't want to. You want to use your shoulders. So anything that you've got to use a weight would be great. So I'm going the other way now. So think about, maybe close your eyes. How far can you get your shoulders to go? So when I get to here, my left shoulder, this shoulder is pretty tight. Try not to ramp my ribs up or push my head forward. Okay, and now I'm going to take the weight down to the side. So do a bit of a twist with your chest, and then we're going to take it up. Take it down. So don't be too much of a swing, controlled to the side. So try to keep your hips facing the front, but you can drop your shoulders, twist your ribs around, and then up, diagonal, down, and up, diagonal. Watch those ribs. Oh, it's quite a hard exercise that is, isn't it? Especially if you've got a weight in your hand. Or you could put a bolster, make it kind of awkward. Awkward shapes are good. Down, and then up, down, and then up. Let's go to the other side. So scooch back and up. Awkward shapes are good. That's harder for me than that weight. Down to the side. Use your shoulder and your arms. Use the connection with your core. That's hard. Oh. Oh, right. Similar thing that we're going to do. Going to come up to our feet. So take your time. We're going to put something on the floor in front of you. If you've got a block, put it. So it's going to be, I'm just going to focus on my legs first, so you can see. So, bloody camera. So put something on the floor that you can step your knee over, like that. We're just going to balance a bit, step our knee over. Okay, and on the top half, we might all get a bit lost now because you can't really see that. So on the top half, so pick a leg, put the thing towards the outside of your leg. So then your knees going over and back, and then your hands are going up and down. Up. It's just bringing in the rest of our body to our arms. So you can go up and down. It doesn't matter what's doing what, just move arms up and just coming in the center a bit. I'm going to hit the lights. It doesn't matter which way you're doing your arms, just lift them up. Have a point where your arms are moving whilst your leg and your knee is off the ground. And maybe you'd like to try that to the side and up, to the side and up. Make it hard, make it a balance with a move, because then we're not going to fall over, trip over as much, because that's what you want to prevent falling over. Right, oh, go to the other side. So work out where you're going to put your thing on the floor. Get that movement of your knee going out over. Try and keep your hips to the front, so you're not twisting your hips round to get over. It's more controlled. Okay, and then up with your arms and down with your arms. And up. So your arms are moving. Doesn't matter which way. When the knees moving and the legs moving, have your arms moving as well. Don't care what you do with them. Hold the weight. Excellent. Look at that. And then see if you can build in that swipe to the side. Up. And then up. That's really hard. So if you wobble, don't beat yourself up. It doesn't matter. Go to your toes, spread them out on the floor, because you need those toes. Oh, see how it's harder one side. Oh, okay, 2 more. 1, 2. That's a lovely exercise. I found that last night randomly. Right, have a bend forward. Oh, that's nice. Oh, what's the time? 5 to. Right, we're going to do let's do getting up off the floor, because Kay's going to ski, and though I've never seen her fall off skis, being able to get up off the floor is really important. So come to the floor, just move everything out of the way, and we'll just loosen up our, so our ankles are ready to get up off the floor. Let's just do our hips a bit. So gosh, I'm out of breath doing that. So drop your knees to one side. So bring your hips with you. So the whole hip comes forward. Oh, we've lost somebody. So yeah, drop your knees to one side. Lovely. Lost. Okay, to the side. And to the side. So leave enough space for your knee and use your hips to try and get your knee to the floor. And then see if you can keep your knee still now. Well, not one. And then one of them, bring it in to the center and out. So you're just moving this hip. You're keeping everything still. Your heel is where you're resting on a flexed foot. And it's rotating out to the side, in. And so if you find one side's quite tight, just hold it there and have a little push. And the other way. And open. Push. Create a bit of resistance if you want. Then do the other side. So in. The first few are really tight, so don't think that you can't do it. It's just you gotta limber up a bit. And then drop your knee, and maybe if you feel comfortable to do this, put a bit of a push on it. So you're pushing, and then here open up to the side, but as I open, I'm also pulling my knee in. So, ooh, creating a bit of resistance. Okay, and then we're just going to do this. So we're going to come onto our knees if you can. If you can't, let's see, you're, but I'm just going to assume everyone can sit on the knees, but if you can't, be like, if you can get to here, that's cool. So we're just going to try and sit on one side of the feet and then sit on the other side of the feet. So if you are stuck up here, that's fine too. You can just bend that way, bend that way. So stick your booty out one way, stick your booty out the other way. But if you can actually take it to the floor, and then to the floor the other way. So right bum cheek on the floor, and left bum cheek on the floor. And then really use your core strength. So you could use your arms, but if you use your arms a lot, you won't be using your here. Okay, and now we're going to move into getting up off the floor. So let's sit and work out how we're going to get up. So maybe start with your right foot, roll forward if you can, however you can do it. There's no set way, and then push up and stand up. Watch you don't pass out, and then come back down. So I'm going to come back down with my left leg behind, and then the right leg, and then come back to the floor. And then I'm going to scooch my legs the other way, so my left leg's in front. I'm just practicing different ways. So this is my harder way. So, I don't even know if I can get my weight over. Put my leg forward. When you go to push up, try and have this straight. It's easier. And then push into the leg and come up. Doesn't matter if you're using your hands, it doesn't matter either. Just get up and down and then think about, what could I do now? So if somebody's got access to a weight, you could try this. So also they could stack yourself up with a few things. So I'm showing you this, but practice it. So you might want to counterbalance yourself, put your bottom on something or on the sofa, and then push yourself up. And then maybe lose some height. Can you still do it from down here, or can you cross over your legs, bring your weight forward? I mean, this is a killer. So, however you can get up, try it. And the same thing for coming down, just get up and down off the floor, however you want to do it. Don't even know. Do that it, or you could roll to the side, come up into a bit of a downward dog, bring your feet towards you, roll yourself up. You'll be panting. Bring yourself back down. Let's do a couple more. I know it's an absolute beast and it's horrible, but you know what? It's really good for your body. And then try and use a counterweight and come up. How else could you get to the floor? See if you can use a counterweight to get yourself back down to the floor. However, one more. How else could we do it? Maybe we could roll. No, Pam can't roll, but Pam can find another way, perhaps. And then, okay. That will do. Let's just have a lie on the floor to finish. Or if you want to go, just let's have 2 minutes. So find something to lie on. Oh my God, it looks like a bomb's hit this place today. Oh, so
Oh,
just
I've been alright, sweaty, yeah.
you'll appreciate it
Yeah,
this evening when you're skiing.
I will.
So
Claire, if you do want to come, just quickly, if you do want to come, Lucy's got a membership card, so I could get you in at a member rate for 2 hours, which would be £28.75.
okay, let me speak to Rebecca and see if she wants to come, because we're on our own this week, Pete's away.
Yeah,
So I
that's
don't think
fine.
I've got any commitments tonight. No, okay. Let me ask her, because she skis. And
That's
what
fine.
time is it? 7 till 9.
We'll do 7 till 9 tonight if you want to join us.
Okay. Thank you. That would be nice, yeah. I might come. So just let your arms drape out to the side. Fill up your ribs. Oh, bloody hell, I'm not getting up from the floor is really good. Yeah, just let your arms drape out to the side. Stretch the muscles in this. Give your armpits and the tops of your boobs a bit of a rub around. Oh. Right, I'll stop the video, but I'm going to lie here for a minute. Right.